Hey, you YouTube and Snapchat fuckers. Welcome back to another installment of your favorite internet show, the fucking Friday Wrap-Up. Well, another Friday in paradise. Well, we made it to another one. That's, I guess that's an accomplishment, right? Well, today, if you haven't left the house yet, it's about fucking -5 degrees outside. You know, that's why I'm wearing my winter hat today. So before we get kicked off, I'm going to tip my hat to today's libation. Today I'm actually drinking. This is a delightful little thing. I don't know if I've ever told you guys about this. I'm going to tip my hat to Jose Cuervo today. This is margarita in a can. Yep, you heard me. It's not one of those like malt beverages where it's flavored to be like margaritas. No, this is one of those little cocktails in a can. See, check this out. Look at that. It's a whole fucking margarita. Actual tequila, actual triple sec. And you know what? It's quite fucking refreshing. Typically, you know me, I like my own margaritas, but these are a nice little substitute when you're feeling a margarita, but you don't feel like going through the whole fucking steps you're making one. I think these are great. I keep a couple in my glove compartment. You can put them in your pocket, bring them with you. You know, they're nice in your lunchbox, whatever you got to do. You know what I mean? So I figured today, because it's, the fucking Antarctic out there, I would like to be in a warmer climate, sipping a margarita. So I turned the heat up, and there you go. Salud. So drink up and be somebody, huh? 5 o'clock somewhere. Okay, so jumping right into this week's episode. As I said, today is a frigid fucking day, but it is January, so it's kind of par for the course. So don't bitch and moan too much about it. All right, I get it. It's cold. Either stay home or wear a fucking coat. What do you want me to tell you? Okay, so your Corona update for this week. We got some fucking some new developments in the world of the coronavirus. Okay, first up, little fucking Fauci. Okay, is now saying that we should be wearing 2 to 3 masks at once. Okay, let me back this up. Okay, so Dr. Fauci, who truthfully, I don't even feel comfortable calling this fucking guy a doctor. I'm more of a fucking doctor than he is at this point. Okay, he said to help curtail the spread of the wolf flu, that people should be wearing maybe 2 masks to 3 masks, because a couple of these hysterical fucks at the inauguration, were wearing like 2 masks. And I've seen this. I've seen this around even before the inauguration. They got like a surgical mask and then they put a cloth mask over it. So Fauci says, yeah, it's common sense. You should wear like 2, maybe 3 masks, and it'll help curtail the spread of the virus. Now, maybe we should just walk around with our heads in fucking plastic bags, okay? And then put a little rubber band at the neck, okay? That way you won't get anything into your face and no oxygen will escape either. So that way we can all fall down and drop dead on our way walking to the car. Maybe we should do that, Dr. Fauci. What do you think? Okay? There's fucking moron. Someone needs to put this little retard back in his fucking box. Okay? I mean, truthfully, this guy has been wrong about everything. Since the beginning. I don't even know why people are still listening to him. Okay? People go, oh, Dr. Fauci is so smart. He's a fucking Momo. All right? Listen, when this whole thing happened, he was interviewed numerous times, and people would ask him, "Hey, Doc, do you think that people should be wearing masks?" And he said, "No, that's not necessary. It's not going to do anything." But I mean, for months, this guy was saying, "Don't wear a mask." Then he turns around and goes, yeah, maybe you should wear a mask. And then when he was questioned about his flip-flop, and he says, well, I didn't want to panic anyone, so I lied, because otherwise they would run out and buy masks, and then, they would short the hospital workers. So the guy says to not panic people, he lied. But nobody's discrediting him for this. Nobody's fucking penalizing him for it. So which is it? What are you lying about? You're lying about the masks, or you're lying about we need them? Which one it is it? You know what I mean? So now this fucking retard is running around telling people, well, maybe we should wear 2 masks and 3 masks. Makes no fucking sense. First of all, I got news for you. I don't think the masks, work at all. Okay, that's a fucking, that's a fairy tale. You gotta wear them. I get it, to go in and out of places. Otherwise, people look at you like you're a fucking, like a heretic. You don't know who the fuck looks like any. I mean, everybody's dressed for a goddamn armed robbery at this point. I had to go to my doctor, and it dawned on me. I don't know what the hell this woman looks like. I couldn't pick her up out of a lineup if she wasn't wearing a mask. I have no idea what this doctor looks like. That's the one who fucking split my hands open. All right? So, Tucker Carlson put it best. Tucker Carlson from Fox 5. He called Fauci a malignant buffoon. And I think that's the best fucking insult you can give this little fucking retard, okay? I mean, at this point, he's not even a doctor. When was the last time he looked at a patient? This is before the Reagan era. He's a politician, okay? And now he's knocking President Trump. This guy needs to get his fucking ass kicked. I mean, seriously. I don't even, you know what? In my next life, I want to come back as this guy. I either want to come back as him or a fucking weatherman. Because it's the only fucking profession that you could be wrong every day and someone still hands you a paycheck. I don't get it. So that's one. Next up, new development in the world of the Wu flu. China, our friends in the East, have developed a new test for the Wu flu that they say is more effective than the actual nasal swab. Get this shit. Literally. They've come up with, the test that they've come up with is an anal swab. I'll say that again. Okay? The way that they are proposing to test for the Wu flu is by sticking a cotton-covered chopstick up your ass. All up in your ass. How the fuck did they even come up with this? I mean, who's sitting around going, oh, we put a tester in the asshole, and then we know if you have a corona. I mean, are they fucking with us? Seriously. I mean, I tend to think that a bunch of these little fish heads is sitting around in a lab, okay, somewhere in Hong Kong or Wuhan or wherever the fuck they are, and going, oh, the American, very, very stupid. We tell them, you put a Q-tip in your asshole and see if they do it. I bet you 4 egg roll, they do it. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. Okay? I mean, listen. all the all the little special ones down in the village and in Fire Island are probably lining up for this test. Oh, test me! I mean, could you imagine going to the drive-thru? These drive-thru tests where you drive through with your ass sticking out the window? I'm ready for my test. Go ahead, just this probe. Fucking, you gotta be kidding me. I mean, we went... And this isn't an original observation, but I love it because it's fucking true. In 1 week, we went from flattening the curve to triple masking and anal probing. Like, who? What is it when people putting things up their ass? I don't understand, okay? First it's gerbils, then it's fucking pieces of ginger, and now we're gonna have anal testing for fucking COVID. You can't even make this shit up, kids. And you heard it here first on the fucking Friday wrap-up. So just remember, Uncle Tommy always gives you cutting-edge breaking news. Salud. Here's to China and the new test. God, I'm going to need about 17 more of these. Okay, so. Get your tickets out, kids. We got a long trip on the crazy train. All aboard! Woo, woo! Here we go. First stop, Minnesota. Now, can someone explain to me why the fuck they're picking on the MyPillow guy? I mean, they ain't got enough people to fucking bother the world. I mean, Trump, I know, is a private citizen now, so the world has turned its attention to the MyPillow guy, Mike Lindell. Okay, I mean, listen. Here's what happened. Twitter has permanently suspended his account, and other social media platforms, of course, have followed. It's fucking monkey see, monkey do. And stores are now dropping his pillows and his products, all because this guy was a staunch Trump supporter. Kohl's, Bed Bath & Beyond, they said, We're not going to carry a product. It's not selling. My ass. Okay, first of all, let me tell you something. Trump supporter or not, all that shit aside, even before he was a Trump supporter, I've had a couple of these My Pillows. They're fucking lovely. Okay, now I'm normally a feather pillow kind of guy, but these things, they hold their integrity. They're comfortable to sleep on. They keep your head nice. I mean, it's a good pillow. You can still buy this shit online directly from his website. Let me just tell you something about this guy, okay? First of all, he's a fucking Jesus lover. I mean, he's homeless, okay? He walks around, he's got his cross, he's always talking about Jesus as Lord and Savior. He's praying about everything, okay? And meanwhile, the whole fucking world wants to label this guy as a goddamn terrorist. All he's trying to do is sell pillows and sheets to people. He had he built his company from nothing, from scratch. He was a recovering junkie. He had like a crack problem or a cocaine problem, and he pulled himself together. And in one of his drug-addled stupors, he came up with the concept of this My Pillow, I guess. And it's a grassroots type of company. It's a good, made in America, grassroots kind of company. So I don't understand why the fuck we're picking on him, but the world is picking on poor Mike Lindell. Leave the My Pillow guy the fuck alone, okay? It's a free country. You could support whoever the fuck you want to support, but of course the left is looking to make an example out of anybody who is a Trump supporter. So, isn't that nice? Democracy at its finest, kids. Okay, next stop, Hong Kong. We're back in China. All right, the Chinese have developed, get this, an artificial intelligence robot named Sophia. Okay, this fucking thing is creepy as shit. All right? It talks like this. It has very, human-like animatronics in its face. And the head is, clear and shit. It looks like something out of a fucking sci-fi movie. I'm not even kidding, okay? The company that created it, Hanson Robotics, now plans to mass produce this thing by the end of the year. Okay, they feel that the pandemic will create new opportunities for implementing these robots worldwide. The CEO and founder, said, and I quote, "The world of COVID-19 is going to need more and more automation to keep people safe." Keep us safe how? That's what I don't understand. I'm starting to see a bigger picture. And again, like I said, I never was one to buy into conspiracy theories. But, everything always seems to circle back around to China lately. Did you ever fucking notice that? The Wu flu started in China, and now it's all over the place. The World Health Organization kind of kisses China's ass. The Team Biden loves China, thinks Chinese people are good folks. Matter of fact, we're right back in bed with them. Trump was the only one who stood up to them, pushed them out, and everybody said, no, this is crazy. The country's going to implode if you hit China with tariffs. He goes, yeah, watch. Hit them with tariffs, it fucking worked. Okay, for once, we put China on their back foot. Biden comes back, and lo and behold, here we are. Okay, which I'm more than convinced China had something to do with this election as well. They had their hands somewhere, okay? Because everything seems to circle back around to them and benefit them. I mean, and they just keep throwing that fucking money around. So, things are starting to kind of line up a little bit. Create a pandemic, start selling fucking artificial intelligence robots worldwide. You make sure that they're anywhere and everywhere that they need to be. Someone flips a switch, and next thing you know, we're now fucking hostages of these goddamn artificial intelligence robots. Listen, anytime you've seen anything, either in a movie or read a book, AI is never a good idea. You don't want your fucking appliances to be smarter than the people who are using them. Okay, and listen, let's face it, the bar ain't too fucking high on human intelligence, okay? Most people are wandering around that could keep themselves from fucking drooling on their goddamn shoes for 5 minutes, okay? They can't even make even remotely sensible and, thought, let alone have any degree of intelligence whatsoever. Okay, none. Most of the people you encounter are fucking 3 hairs away from being a retard, a full-blown fucking retard. So, a toaster is probably smarter than most of these idiots. So, this is not a good idea. This is not a good idea. Someone needs to fucking interfere and put a stop to this shit, but unfortunately, they probably won't. So, maybe the next host of the Friday wrap-up will be a fucking android, okay? Moving on, back to New York City. Governor Nostrils and Mayor Muppet Hands, haven't mentioned these two in a fucking sentence for a while, have both agreed. It's nice that they're agreeing, these two retards, speaking of fucking retards. These two momos finally agreed that indoor dining will not be returning to New York anytime soon. Okay, because they fear that it's going to cause increased spikes in the coronavirus. So let's just put New York City out of business. Why not? What the fuck, okay? And Nostrils also stated that he will not be lifting the 10 o'clock curfew for the rest of the state. Okay, so basically, Corona still comes out to play at 10 o'clock, and if you go sit down and have a meal in New York City, you're just going to be speaking Mandarin by the time you fucking leave. So, sorry, New York, we're run by fucking morons. Okay, moving on, we're going to stay in New York. We're just going to go a little further down the Long Island Expressway to East Northport. Now, when I saw this, it fucking upset me. I can't even begin to tell you how much. We're going to go down to East Northport to one of my favorite Italian restaurants, Robke's. Which I know you're saying, that doesn't sound Italian. Well, it ain't. But the family that owns the restaurant's Italian, the Salvagios. And this place is a nice home-style Italian restaurant. Food is fucking amazing. It attracts a lot of high-end clientele. It's a great spot. Like I said, one of my favorites. And, they lost their fucking liquor license on Saturday. Nice little mom and pop shop, caters to the community. A lot of regulars go in there, and it's not a big restaurant, nothing overly fancy. It's a nice, simple, red sauce kind of Italian joint, but the food is fucking amazing. I can't say it enough. As a matter of fact, the wife, Virginia, I think her name is. Sometimes she's on Channel 12. Matter of fact, she was the other day, making some chicken scarpaiella, which is a delightful dish over there if you haven't had it. And their pork chop martini is fucking lights out. But anyhow, I'll digress for a second. So Saturday, SLA showed up. Now, Saturdays are pretty popular for this place. Now, they don't take reservations. Like I said, it's first come, first serve. So, on a Saturday, place is usually jammed. Pre-COVID, it was jammed. So you have a lot of people waiting outside the parking lot for a table. Saturday was fucking cold. It was another 9-degree day. So the older clientele, they had them waiting inside in the bar area, so it might have been a little bit more crowded than usual. But everybody's wearing a fucking mask, right? And, even if you seat every other table in this place, you're not really 6 feet apart. Okay? But, nonetheless, it's a business. It needs to operate. It feeds a family. You understand? There are people that are employees that depend on it to feed their families. It's a necessary place. So anyhow, the SLA shows up, sees there's a big crowd outside, sees there's a big crowd in the tent, sees there's people indoors, fucking pulls their liquor license, and that's it. Lights out. Fines the shit out of them, pulls their liquor license. So now they have to pay all the fines in order to apply for a hearing for their license and all this other shit. Now, look, they could probably still operate just serving food, but your profit is the booze is the margin. Your profit is in the booze. Okay, you could come in and order some chicken parm or a couple of 2-treat dishes and whatever. Maybe it's an $83 bill. That's nice. You break even. You add drinks to that. Another $30, $40, $50, $60 in drinks. Now you made money. You understand? That's how the restaurant business works. Okay, you need the liquor license to sell the booze so that you can serve the booze with the food and therefore make a profit. All right, if I was in the restaurant business and I didn't serve booze, and I've been in the restaurant business almost fucking 30 years, so I know what these guys are talking about. I could turn that dining room over 2-3 times. All right? I break even. Covers my overhead and I break even. Okay? Covers the food cost, covers the overhead, covers all the operating costs. I don't start turning a profit until I turn that dining room over maybe a 4th or 5th time. And this is without booze. Okay? And the profit margin that I'm going to make on the 4th or 5th turnover isn't much. Okay? It's not enough to be noteworthy. But if I add alcohol back to each turnover, then I'm making a profit every time I turn that dining room over. You understand what I'm saying? So now at the end of the night, instead of making 3% profit, I made 40% profit or 30% profit, or even on a fucking weekend, 50-60% profit. You understand how that works now? So the margins are the booze. You need the booze, and I'm not talking hard liquor here. I mean, it could be beer and wine. You know what I mean? It's just, you need the alcohol to make the profit. Otherwise, you're not making a profit by just turning the dining room over. And then when you limit the capacity of that dining room and also cut the hours, I can't turn the fucking dining room over maybe more than 2-3 times. So I'm barely breaking even at that point without the booze. You see the point? These fucking assholes in Albany are fucking going to destroy the entire hospitality economy. Okay? And it's a rollover effect. There's other businesses that depend upon the hospitality industry. Okay? Food services. Cisco, all these other fucking food suppliers. If there's no restaurants buying the food, seafood, meat purveyors. If there's no restaurants buying the shit, they're losing money. They got to start laying people off. Maybe they close. Insurance companies, insurance brokers that insure these types of venues. If they go out of business, the brokers suffer. Okay? Maybe they end up going out of business. Maybe that's all they do. Maybe they specialize in that shit. Okay? Again, it's a symbiotic relationship. It's a fucking domino effect. You start knocking down one industry. That's not just the restaurant industry. It can be any industry. You start knocking down one industry, it's a fucking domino effect. Again, the linen services, garbage services. I could go down the list. These jerk-offs in Albany have no fucking earthly idea what they're doing, and they're destroying a perfectly good fucking industry, and that's why I get fucking demented, okay? Next up, here's another stupid one. Budweiser. So we're going to stop in St. Louis, okay? Maybe Atlanta, Georgia. Budweiser and Coca-Cola have decided not to air commercials during this year's Super Bowl, choosing instead to reallocate the funds into a public awareness campaign for the COVID-19 vaccine. This is apparently a growing trend among corporations this year. This fucking woke bullshit is making my goddamn temples in my skull implode. I don't understand. Okay, listen, I'm a football guy. I watch the Super Bowl for the game. I usually got money on it. It makes it interesting. But there are people out there, and you know what? I get entertained by the fucking commercials too, that look forward to these stupid commercials. That's why they fucking watch the Super Bowl. I mean, I can't tell you how many, like every other chick you ask, right? Some like football, some go, I just watch it for the commercials. I have a friend who's a guy, couldn't tell you a football from a fucking baseball from a soccer ball, has no idea, has no interest in sports, but he'll watch the Super Bowl strictly for the commercials. So this is going to cut viewership. It's, you know, look, people are stuck at home. You can't go to Super Bowl parties now. You can't go to a fucking bar to watch it. At least let them enjoy the commercials, the fucking Clydesdales and the Bullfrogs and the Coca-Cola commercials. But what the fuck is wrong with these people? We're going to have the public awareness for the vaccine. First of all, you want to be publicly aware of the vaccine. Also tell people what the side effects are. Told you last week. There are a few. Now, again, I don't necessarily shit on the vaccine. Eventually, we'll probably all get it once we figure out what it's actually going to end up doing to you in the long run. Okay? And, you know, I have some more thoughts coming up on the COVID vaccine towards the end of the show. Just, yes, there's a little, you know me, I like my observations. So, but yeah, that's your crazy train ride. So next up, your sports update. Here we go. We don't have a lot in the way of sports this week. Okay, so if you watched the playoff games, the NFL playoff games last week, my prediction was right, at least for one of them. Okay, I called the fucking Green Bay Tampa Bay game. I told you, I like Aaron Rodgers. He's an ugly fella, but I like him as a quarterback, but he had no shot against Tom Brady. Brady's too smart. They're fucking aggressive. Their offense is too aggressive. Brady's only problem is he bulked up a lot this year. Okay, his arms are pretty substantial for once. And as a result of that, he's overthrowing. Okay, so to compensate, he's snapping his wrist at the end of that pass to tip the ball down a little bit, but I think he's putting too much of a snap on it because he's dropping the nose too much where it's getting picked off here and there. So because Green Bay returned a few of these passes as interceptions. That's not a good sign, but I think that's an easy correction. I said if they didn't play Mahomes, that Buffalo would beat KC. Well, I guess Mahomes didn't really have much of a fucking concussion, did he? Because they played him all 4 quarters, and man, he was spot on. He's a smart kid. I like Mahomes. So Buffalo had no shot there. So unfortunately, they lost. Which, you know what? I can't say I'm upset about that. Even though I was wrong, it made fucking nostrils miserable. So that made me happy. So this year's Super Bowl matchup in Tampa this year is going to be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers for the first time in franchise history and the Kansas City Chiefs. I'm going to call this right now, okay? I'm not even going to wait for the line to come out. I'm going to call it right now. I'm going to tell you, you heard it here first, kids. Tampa Bay takes this by 10 points. Okay? Listen, I like Mahomes. They got a good team. But the problem here is Brady is just too seasoned. Okay? I'm not a Tom Brady fan. But he is a good quarterback. You can't probably one of the best in the fucking league, as much as it pains me to say that. And I can say it now because Eli Manning's retired. But like I said, their offense is very aggressive. They got a smart defense. So I'm pretty sure Tampa Bay takes this one. And like I said, 10 points. Simple. Touchdown, field goal, boom, done. All right. Next up, your hockey updates. The Rangers won their second game of the season last night against the Sabres. Listen, these guys better fucking wake up and figure out how to move those skates and shake that puck down the ice and score some goals. Their goalies, my boy Shesterkin, I like the kid. I said he was lights out last year. I don't know what's in this kid's head right now, but he needs to get his ass in gear and get his act together and start blocking some of these shots. But second win of the season. The Islanders dropped the lead to the Caps last night. I think they lost 6-3. How the fuck that happened, I couldn't even begin to tell you. Tomorrow, Saturday night, the Rangers are playing the Penguins. Islanders are playing the Flyers. The Islander-Flyer game is definitely going to be a good game. Anytime a New York team plays the Flyers, it's usually a fucking brawl. So that one might be a good one to watch. Penguins and Rangers, I don't think the fucking Rangers have a shot here, but hey, listen, one could be hopeful. NBA tonight, Nets versus Thunder. Knicks playing the Cavs. And tomorrow the Bulls play the Trail Blazers. Let's see how that one shakes out. My prediction, Knicks and Bulls lose. Okay? Brooklyn's been on fire. Listen, since they added James Harden, like I said, as much as his face looks like an old lady's vagina, a homeless old lady's vagina, hey, him and Kevin Durant have been hitting it off, and, it's been a pretty good combination so far. So let's see what happens. I think that's going to be an interesting game tonight. Okay. On your next favorite bit. What the fuck is that? We're going to talk about sapiosexual. Now, you're probably wondering to yourself, oh my goodness, what's that? Is that a new form of homosexuality? No, it's not. Okay. A sapiosexual is someone who is attracted to someone's intellect or their mind. You can't just say, I like smart people anymore. No. Now we have to have a fucking term, okay? Everything has to have a term now, and every term tends to end with the word sexual. So apparently, if you're smart, it gets people moist. That's what it means, all right? Now, look, if this is your criteria for finding a mate, I hate to use the term mate, sounds very generic, but, somebody, your next mistake, you're going to be single for a long time, okay? Because as I said, 2/3 of the world are fucking mind-numbingly fucking stupid. So if you're looking for someone with intellect, you're going to be hunting for a long time. I mean, myself excluded from this, of course. I am brilliant, I know. But most of the time. I'm not going to say all the time. I do stupid shit too sometimes. Everybody does stupid shit, okay? But more often than not, I'm pretty fucking intelligent. But how is this even a criteria? Okay, so if the person looks like a pile of shit, but they could say their ABCs, all of a sudden you get moist? I mean, come on. This is a crock of shit, okay? Yeah, listen, I'm gonna put it this way. You get some gorgeous broad, right, with some fat, sloppy nerd, Got pocket protector. He's got a fucking 92-inch waist, but he's fucking brilliant. Okay, like Stephen Hawking, brilliant. Okay, and yeah, she's gonna be, oh, you're so amazing, and then some fucking like beefcake with a 13-inch fucking cock strolls past, and that bitch is gonna be gone. Sapiosexuality outside. No guy. Okay, I'm sorry. No guy. Every time we're all a little superficial in our own way, is gonna look at a chick who's just fell out of the ugly tree face first and go, oh, she's very smart. I'm very attracted to her. Unless this guy's your fucking, mutant himself. Mutants tend to copulate together. You know what I mean? And that's okay. That's okay. All right? None of this fucking woke shit. Come on. So my point is, if you're a sapiosexual, okay, one, don't date anyone who says they were liberal. Right then and there, that tells you that person's brain malfunctions. Not saying liberals are bad people. I know some people who are liberals. I think they're delightful people. But don't ever ask them for a political opinion because they're incapable of making a rational fucking decision. Just look at all the people who voted for Joe Biden. I mean, there were some people who did vote for him, legitimately. Not dead ones, not people who voted 3 times, but people that, and I see them walking around once in a while. I think Joe Biden's going to do a fantastic job. Well, he's off to a great start. Okay? First week on the job, one pen stroke, 11,000 people out of work. He significantly increased the cost of oil and gasoline for the entire country, and he's pretty much destroyed unions. Okay, so, and another pen stroke, he's increased the cost of healthcare. Yeah, the guy, every time he moves a pen, your pocket starts to hurt. Oh, yeah, he's doing a fantastic job. So if you voted for him, clearly you're not going to be attractive to a sapiosexual. But there you go, kids. Good luck with that one. Okay, so as we near the close of our show, you know me, I always like to give my little personal opinions and observations on things. And this week, I'm going to talk specifically to the COVID vaccine, because I brought it up earlier in the show. And, maybe I'm the crazy one here. Now, I understand you got to get 2 shots. And usually the full potential of the vaccine kicks in after the second shot. But after people are getting their shots, both shots, in fact, they still got to wear masks. They still got to socially distance. They still have to practice as if they never received the fucking vaccine. So my question is, what the fuck is the point? Okay? If I get a vaccine and then I gotta act as if I didn't get the vaccine, what the fuck is the point of getting the vaccine? Oh, I know what you're gonna say. Well, so you don't get the coronavirus. But if I'm wearing these masks that are supposed to protect me, and I'm socially distancing myself, and I'm sterilizing and washing my hands and my ass and all that other shit, I probably won't get it anyway, right? If I don't leave my house, if I stay, I keep myself pretty sequestered, the likelihood of me getting it is relatively low. So then again, I pose the same question. What is the point of the vaccine? Look at Joe Biden, for example. This man goes everywhere with a fucking mask. He got the vaccine. Both shots, even Kamala Harris, same thing. He sits down for a press conference. He's got his mask on. He's in the Oval Office, signing the country away and destroying it one pen stroke at a time. He's got a mask on. Why? Makes no sense. So when people ask me, hey, Tommy, what do you think of this vaccine? Are you going to get the vaccine when you become eligible for it? My answer is always the same. No. I'll get it, or I'll think about getting it, I should say, when I don't have to wear a fucking mask afterwards. And people want to know how, because then people go, how do you know who's been vaccinated? Simple. Just put a fucking stamp on their head. I've been vaccinated. Leave me the fuck alone. Okay, that's all. That's all. Very simple. Very simple. You see, Uncle Tommy only has solutions to everybody else's problems. So, that's been your Friday wrap-up. Hope you enjoy your weekend. Stay warm, kids. And I'll see you when I see you. Salud, huh?